After many travel plan changes over the last 3 years, we finally made it to Lisbon. We arrived on August 26. Our plan was to meet family here on the 27th, spend 2 days with them, and then travel to Porto for 4 days. My wife picked a great hotel, the Brown Central, which was just a short block away from one of the busiest avenues in Lisbon. Our room was small but very well appointed and had all the essentials. The highlight was the coffee, best coffee we can remember having. The Lange machine with Nespresso pots. So very good. The lobby was very nice also, great bar and lounge areas. We enjoyed it. When touring a new area, at least once I like to get up early and see what the area looks like before the tourists are out in force. The iconic Lisbon tram system, the only public transport in the city. But by about 9:30 in the morning, the streets were coming alive. A very popular tourist attraction, the Santa Justa lift, an elevator connecting the lower streets of the Bahia with the higher Largo de Carmo. Many wait for over an hour to take the elevator to the top of this tower. At the top, there are great panoramic views of Lisbon. For me, the long wait to get on the lift is simply not worth it. You can save time by climbing the stairs, crossing that bridge to the top of the tower for the same panoramic views. In 2022, Portugal had 10,250,000 inhabitants. The same year, they welcomed 28 million tourists. Wow! They expect to beat that record in 2023 and get into the low 30 million range. I think they can do it. This is the Rua Augusta Arch. This triumphal arch was designed by the Portuguese architect Santos de Carvalho to celebrate the reconstruction of Lisbon after the 1755 earthquake. This is Commerce Square, built on the site of the royal palace that was destroyed in the great earthquake of 1755. This is the largest square in Portugal. Here we have Joseph I of Portugal, King of Portugal during the great earthquake. Okay, my wife and I are getting hungry. Since we have no clue where to go, Yelp will have to do. So we found a good-looking, good-sounding restaurant. However, Yelp doesn't tell you how many steps you have to climb to get there. We can easily say we had a workout before our lunch. Here we are, O Corvo, very small place with a very nice looking menu. Let's see how it is. Nice local IPA, Urraca. And we happened to hit happy hour. The food, Bet's pork was stuffed but tasty. My bacalao was very nice, topped with black olive tapenade. Easily the most beer bottle caps variety I have ever seen. Pastel de bacalao, one of my favorites. Basically a deep fried mixture of mashed potatoes, spices and shredded salted cod. The seafood in Portugal is like no other I have seen. I ate seafood every meal while in Lisbon. Octopus once a day minimum. The Rua Augusta, a very touristy avenue, has a large variety of outdoor restaurants. most of them serving traditional Portuguese food. This is a small sample of some of the dishes I had while in Lisbon. Sadly, my wife does not like seafood. Oh! Pastries, anyone? They seem to be another Portuguese passion. Pastéis de nata, easily the #1 pastry in Portugal. A delicious egg custard filling on a crispy and flaky crust. Best when warm. Simply wow. St. George's Castle, dating back to the Moors in the 1100s. It is located at the highest hill in Lisbon and has a prominent role in Lisbon's history. As planned, we met some family members at the castle. We had a great time touring and eating in a very good local restaurant. From the top of the castle, we got great views of the city and the Tagus River. On our second day, we visited Belem, a coastal town with many beautiful monuments and museums. This is the Tower of Belem. We also visited the Monument of Discoveries, a tribute to the brave man that set out to discover new lands, trade, and share the gospel. Jerónimo's Monastery, an example of Portuguese Gothic Manueline architecture. It took 100 years to complete in 1601.
Mundo fantástico de sardinas.
Sardines are another Portuguese delicacy. In June, there is a very popular sardine festival that draws many to Lisbon. They say that during the festival, you can smell the grilled fresh sardines around the city. We were told to go to a Fado show. Well, we did not make it to one, but we were treated to a street one right on Rua Augusta. It is said that Fado music is the heart of the Portuguese soul. It is one of the oldest urban folk music styles in the world. I guess for Americans, closest would be country music, but hey, that is just my opinion. As our last day in Lisbon came to a close, we stopped at one of the oldest cafes in Lisbon, Nicola. We had a bottle of chilled Alvarinho and just watched people go about their business. We really enjoy Lisbon and are thinking a second visit is warranted. We feel that we just scratched the surface of this wonderful city. Tomorrow we travel to Porto.